Hi, welcome to this free virtual system presentation called OpenProject Community Edition, a virtual machine. As you may be aware, OpenProject is the leading free and open source project, task, time and team management software. In my opinion, it is a very user-friendly, web-based software that we can start using in just a few minutes in all organizations and in all teams across the organizations. This Open Project Virtual Machine is built using an existing bitnami Open Project Virtual Machine with my added efforts at the top to make it easier for all my users. This system is prepared to be used in local and trusted work networks only. If you need a much wider access, then you can always check the cloud offering from both openproject.org and bitnami.com. I will show you a demo of this virtual machine in just a few moments. Also, I will give the direct download links for this virtual machine in the description box below. If you only need a general purpose documenting tool for all your teams, then you can check out my other free project called No System. I will give the download links to this as well below. If you like my efforts, please do consider making a small donation to my PayPal account or my UPA account that is mentioned below. This virtual machine's minimum requirements. 1. Enable virtualization support in your system BIOS, if any setting is there. After Google, you can also do Google search for it for your desktop or laptop model and enable the virtualization support in your system BIOS or UEFI BIOS. This BIOS, as you know, when you start your system, you can quickly get into it by pressing any key which is appropriate for your model of your desktop or laptop. Okay, now use a physical machine that has at least a dual core processor with 8 GB memory and 128 GB SSD drive. 2. Download and install VirtualBox and its extension pack from the website, from its official website www.virtualbox.org. I will give this link as well in the box below. First, Google for Microsoft Visual C++ redistributable. Actually, Windows has a specific requirement for VirtualBox software installation, which is free, of course. You need to install Microsoft Visual C++ redistributable first, and then only install VirtualBox. This is for only Windows. Mac OS X, Intel, also you can get the download for VirtualBox. You can get it on its site for Mac OS Intel. You can do the steps as usual for your Mac OS, whatever you need to do for installing it. This virtual machine currently does not support Apple MacBook Pro Silicon M1 chipset for installation. This is experimental at this stage, so I do not support this for installation, but you can use it as your client browser machine. You can always use the software on your browser, Apple browser, Safari or whatever it is, Chrome or whatever. You can use it as a client. For Linux, it is preferable to use your OS package manager to update and install VirtualBox. Even earlier versions will do fine. Just use sudo apt install VirtualBox for Debian based systems and sudo yum install VirtualBox for Red Hat based systems on your terminal. This will take care of all dependencies, including the appropriate kernel modules required for the VirtualBox software. Third, Google search for any issues or requirements that get reported and resolve it. 4. Double-click the .ova file provided to you to import it in the VirtualBox software. this has to be done only once, and the virtual machine will get imported into the VirtualBox software. You can then right click the start option on it to start this open project system, and close option to save state or ACPA shutdown for cleanly and properly for this. Of course, this is a very important thing. You should not use the into mark. Just like any other window, you should not use the into mark to close it. You should use the proper close option to save the state, or you can use the ACPA shutdown. Both are very graceful shutdowns. Save state might increase the disk space usage. ACPA shutdown will not do it. You can decide which one is better for your needs. This virtual appliance requires a network of type bridged adapter and also the active adapter name chosen from its settings network option. I will give a small picture reference to this in the description box below. You don't need to note down now. You can always check the description box for it. This system also requires a DHCP dynamic IP address from your routers or switch for local network connections. I think this you will already have. You will have a DHCP server in your local network for giving it. All the internet routers these days come with a DHCP server as well, so you should be able to get it quickly. So as soon as the virtual machine starts, it will connect to your local network with a DHCP address. And 7. The extra requirements will be covered in a separate download file link below. Okay, now let us see a live demo of all this. So I have my Windows box here, and I have gone to the Windows Explorer or the file manager, and into the downloads area. I have got all the downloads ready so that the video demonstration is faster. So I've got all of it ready. So first thing is the VirtualBox software, which will of course need the VirtualBox VC++ redistributable. You can see it. This is for Windows only. You need the Microsoft Visual C++ redistributable 64-bit. So as usual, any software installation on Windows is very easier. Just double click it, double click the exe file, and accept the license agreement if it shows any, and click next, 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 and finish. That's it. The software will get installed. So first install the Visual C++ redistributable, and then go for double click the VirtualBox software, which you downloaded from the virtualbox.org website. You double click it and install it as usual, like the steps shown to you. Just double click it and click next, 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 and finish. That's it. So VirtualBox, install it. And then third, you should install the Oracle VM VirtualBox extension pack. From the same virtualbox.org website, you get this extension pack below. So you just double click that, download it, and double click the extension pack to install it as well. This will offer support like USB and some extra options as well. It will support it. And after you finish these 3 softwares, you have to double click my openproject.ova file that I'm giving you in the download description box below. I'll give the download link for this. This is the openproject.ova file. This is you double click it. So once you double click it, I'm double clicking it. It will say, it will open the VirtualBox software by default, and it will show you the import virtual machine dialog box. You can accept all this. You don't need to change any of this. Just click finish, and it will just import it in just about a minute. It will import it depending upon your machine speed. It should import faster. So once it gets imported, you will see this this menu entry, this entry on the left called OpenProject. This OpenProject system is currently powered off. As you know, we have not started it yet. We just imported it. So the entry will be there. You have to right click it and see all the options, explore all the options. When you're doing it for the first time, explore it. So if you look at it, there is settings, there is cloning option, and then you have the start option, you have the close option. Of course, this is disabled now because we have not started it yet. So starting and closing should be done properly with these options. And then you have something called show in Explorer. Show in Explorer is very useful for your daily regular backups of this system. You need to do this backups regularly to safeguard against any corruptions or issues that may arise. So it might be rare, but it is as a safety precautionary measure, you need to back it up. So just go for show in Explorer and back up the entire folder to an external hard drive, say USB hard drive or something like that. You can use it to back up every day and regularly. Okay, now let us start this machine. There is one thing to remember, that you can always check the right side for the configurations of this virtual machine that I have chosen by default. If you look at it, you don't need to change the name. You can change the name also if you want to, name of this system, and the operating system type you should not change. Memory, you can give system memory, you can the minimum requirement is 3 GB. Out of a 8 GB system, you need 3 GB for this. And this system in my experience uses about 1.5 to 2 GB. So you can reduce it even if you want to run. You can run the advantage of a virtual machine is that you can run as many virtual machines as you want in a single machine. So this gives you the opportunity to organize or segregate data of your organizations into multiple departments if you need to. You can have one virtual machine for each department as well, or else combine it in one machine if you want it to simplify it. So that's up to your choice. So you can reduce or increase the memory that we are allocating here in the settings. Go to settings and change the memory if you want to. Video memory, all these things you can leave it as such. And storage, audio, network. Here network is should be of type bridged adapter. Bridged adapter, and you need to choose the proper network adapter. Let me show you quickly. Just go to the settings. So just click on the open project first and go to the settings box here and go to the network. Click network. So adapter 1, enable network adapter should be ticked. This is by default ticked. And attached to bridged adapter. So it should be attached to a adapter called bridged. It should be the type bridged adapter, so that all your local network users can use it. And then you should choose the proper active adapter name. You should either I have two adapters in this machine. One is a wired network adapter, another one wireless. I'm using the wired network with a LAN cable connection, so I will choose the first one. You can choose the wireless if you have wireless option there. Then click OK. So this settings will change to your bridged adapter and Intel network gigabit connection. This adapter is important. If you're going to import my virtual machine into your own machine, you will have a different network adapter there. So you need to first set the proper network adapter in the settings and then only start the machine. So let us now start the machine. It will generally it will not throw any error unless if you have not set the virtualization option in your BIOS. It might throw some error, or if the network adapter type is different, it might show you an error. You can correct all this and then restart it. That is up to you. Now let me show you quickly the errors that I got on my system. I have got it in the VirtualBox screenshots. You have to say network adapter missing error might come for the first time only. You will see some errors like could not start the OpenProject machine because the following network interfaces were not found. Realtek PCI GB family adapter 1. And then it will show you change network settings. You can click on the change network settings. This will open this next dialog box. I'm sorry, I just closed it. Okay, so This is the screenshot, first screenshot I wanted to show you. And there is another screenshot which of course will show after you click the change network settings. You have to set the adapter type will be automatically chosen as bridged adapter, but you can choose the active adapter from either list from this list box, and then click OK. And now you are ready to start the virtual machine. Now let's start it. I'm clicking the open project entry and then click the start button here. This will power the VM up, power the virtual machine up. You will now see a console which will show you what's happening with the machine. It's just like any other physical machine. Now it's starting the OpenProject Virtual Machine. You're seeing the OpenProject Community Edition. It will take less than a minute to start, providing on the machine speed, on your machine speed. Now it started it. You can see this is the console and it has some messages on it. So first is the welcome to the OpenProject system packaged using bitnami virtual machine or appliance. You can access this website application at http://opce.local. This is important. You have to give this link, this website link, to all your team members and ask them to log in to the system, or actually before login you have to create or register a new account. That also is there in the startup screen. So you ask all your team members to use their Internet Explorer or internet browser and open this link http://opce.local. So the default website usernames and password is operator or admin. There are two users I have configured by default. So one is the operator ID, another is the admin user ID, and both passwords are kept as change_this. And you need to change this password to secure it immediately. So do that. For the website as well as for this console, you need to change the password. I'll show you all that now. And then there is information for you, as services take about 5 minutes to start. Please log in at so and so time. This it will show you, but again you might try it earlier also. If your machine is very fast, you might get it within a minute as well. So, and then to access this console, please use login bitnami and the default password change_this. Alternatively, you can connect through any terminal program or even the putty software on Windows, or Linux and Mac has default terminal programs. But for Windows, you need to download the putty software and install it. This will give you a nice user interface to the same console. You can access it through the terminals or putty software with this command ssh bitnami at opce.local. You can also connect through FileZilla program to transfer files using this host setting. This also is needed for transferring files up and down. FileZilla offers you an excellent edit facility as well, so you can use that. And now I will show you how to change the password for your console first before you go for the website password changes. So I double click it. You must remember that when you double click on a virtual machine on the VirtualBox software, if you double click any virtual machine, the mouse and the keyboard will get automatically captured. To release it, you have to press your right control key on your keypad. If you have the right control key, press that, or alternatively you can use a USB keyboard, external USB keyboard, and press the right control key. So once you press the right control key, it will release the mouse. So you can see it. I have released the mouse now with the control key. Of course, I have mapped this control key. You can right click this option, change the keyboard settings and map it to a different key as well. Okay, now I will double click it. My keyboard and mouse will get locked inside. I will type bitnami and password as change_this. So it will log in to the console You can press enter keys as much as you want also to see it clearly. Now to change the password, you have to type the password command PASSWD and press enter. So it will change your, it will ask you for your current password. You can type change underscore this and then you can change the password. I am not changing it now for this demo. You can change it immediately, and then once you change it, you can also try your Linux commands. I will give you an article in my extra links, extra requirements download link. I will give you a folder with guides, very useful guides like Linux commands, VirtualBox software help guides, and also even you will get how to clone your virtual machines. I'll give you a link on all that. So now for the time being, now the system is ready. You press the control key, left control key, and release your mouse and go to your internet browser. You can access it. So I will do it on a different machine. Actually, this is a remote desktop to my Windows box, and I'm on actually a MacBook Pro machine. So I will open the Google Chrome. I should be able to access it on the network, right? So I will use the browser on my other machine. So before going to the system, I will quickly give you a hint. Of course, I have not covered certain other points. So I have covered up to this. Double click the .ova file and import it in the VirtualBox, and then right click the start option to start the OpenProject system and close option to save state /HCPA shutdown. Of course, and then this I have covered, and this system requires a DHCP dynamic address from your router/switch for local network connections. Okay, I've covered all these points. I will mention this in the description box below, so don't worry, you don't need to copy or remember this. And then once I'll show you a few this website links before I log into the OpenProject's my system, OpenProject Community Edition system. I will also show you the website openproject.org. This is the openproject.org edition. It also has got some excellent user documentations and sysadmin documentation as well. So you can explore all this and read about it. So then what else is there? Then you have got the cloud trial from both openproject.org as well as the bitnami. OpenProject Cloud also has the cloud offering. So you can check out if you want wider access, you can always check out their offering. The cloud based approach will give you access throughout the world. You can access it. So that is the advantage of this offerings from both bitnami.com and as well as openproject.org. You can check out that. But the virtual machine that I'm offering, you can use it on local networks only, local and trusted work networks. So, but that will give you a starting point for all this. So now let's go through. Let me open a new browser window and type http://openproject OPCE Community Edition OPCE.local. So this is the address you will type and press enter. So this will give you the sign in prompt. So you have to type either your admin ID or your operator ID, which comes by default. Let me choose the operator, operator ID, and the default password is change_this, and click the sign in button. So once you click the sign in button, you will see a lot of things on the top, and here the welcome note and the projects that you have created will be visible here, and the users who have registered here will be also shown here. Of course, I've forgotten something, so let me log out again, sign out. So if you sign out, this is the startup page, and here you will see create a new account. This you have to ask all your team members or your various department members to click this link called create a new account and create their usernames and passwords in the system. So once they create it, you as an admin have to approve their usernames to log in into the system. This is for a security feature. I have enabled it, but you can always activate it automatically also. You can choose, you have various administration features that I will also show you that. But first of all, let me create a new account for myself. I'll say username. Username should be a short username. So I'll say Nathan SR. This is my name. And then first name will be Nathan and last name SR. Email Nathan @ say example.com. And then password, something I'll keep. Maybe I'll keep change underscore this itself. And again, change underscore this. And that's it. So, and click create. You'll create an account for yourself. Let me create it. So your account was created and is now pending administrator approval. It shows that. So let me go into the administrator and approve it. I will either go through the admin ID or the operator ID. Both are equivalent. So change underscore this and sign in. So if you notice, okay, first time you sign in, you will also see this host name setting mismatch at the bottom. If you look at it, I'm actually accessing through the IP address and the host name, but this you can ignore it. We always want the host name access, not the IP address. IP address will change every day because it's dynamic and all people cannot remember it. But opce.local is better because that's a host name and you can easily remember that this website address. Easy to remember. So this mismatch will show, but you can safely ignore it. It does not affect the functionality of it. So now you have to approve your first user. You have to approve all your team members first and then only start a new project or create a new project on this system. I would say that will be the order hierarchy. So now let me click this menu. Here it has my page, my account, administration, sign out. I'll go to the administration page and in that I will go to the users and permissions. Of course, I forgot to tell you that always in this administration page, explore all this the first time at least. Explore all these options so that you can activate many features of this system and get it working. So now let me take you to the users and permissions. And in this, if you see, 2 are active and one, the newest ID that was created by me, was inactive. So just go to this and you have to click it. You have to activate it. So let's click this. And then there is I'm sorry, I'll just redo it again. I will click the new ID and then say activate here, or I can delete it as well if I don't want it or if the user has quit it. But of course, don't delete it. You can always change the password and keep it as well. So I will activate it now. So successful update. So this guy is activated, so he can log in and start new projects or update its own assigned tasks. You can change the status of it. All these things, every user can do it. So now I have completed the activation. So all the 3 IDs are active. Now I can go to my select a project menu and I can see the demo projects which it has created already, or I can do a plus project, new project. I'll show you instead of you going through the struggles of learning through all the demo projects. I'll take you through the creation of a new project quickly. So I click the press of this. So it will create a new project. It will take a little time to give you all this. Yes, now it gives you everything. So name of the new project, I'll keep it as testing project. You not select a sub project, you don't need to see it. Advanced settings, if you need to give a description, if you want to make it public, and you can do all that, but I don't want any advanced settings. I'll just save it. Once you save it, it will create the project and take you through the project site, testing project. So it says project description here, project status, project details, members, work packages overview. Work is the tasks, actually work packages is the task that you're going to create on that. But first of all, let me add a few members of whoever going to be involved in this project. Let me add them straight away. So I'll click the plus member and then type to search. I'll open that. There are 3 users on my system now. I will add all of them, add it, admin, and then add one more member, operator, add it, then plus member. You can add whoever members you need on your team for this project. You can add all of them. So I've added all these members here. Of course, you can explore all these before you even start. You can, of course, you can do this. Members, you have added the members. You can go to the project settings, and then you can activate various things on that. Like for example, work package types. You can, by default, only tasks, milestones, and phases are added, but you can always add features, epics, user stories, bugs. If you want to document all these as well in your project, you can add all these extra features. But first of all, let me, I'll go through the basic project definition. Just I will go through the work packages now, and we'll create some demo now. I will click the create button in the work packages. I'll click the create button. So I click it, and there will be 3 things: task, milestone, and phases. Your project will have, you can have multiple phases in your project, and each phase we might have multiple tasks within it. So, and then intermediately you can have a milestone definition also, which means you have reached an important point in your project. So first of all, let me create a phase now. I'll say, for this demo, I'll say phase 1. Phase 1, I can give a description. I can give an assignee. I can assign this phase to somebody who will do the entire phase. I can also even make somebody accountable for this, for the delivery of this. So assignee is somebody who will work on it, and accountable is somebody who will watch through it, or who will deliver it. And then I can set the estimated time, remaining hours, details of date, start and finish, and progress percentage, and categories, version, priority. And you can also have attachments here. You can click on this and add your files here. You can upload your files here, which is a very nice facility given by OpenProject Community Edition. So thanks to their efforts. Now let me, I will just save it quickly. I will not go through every step. I'll just quickly save it. So now it's successfully created my first phase. So phase 1 is created now. And inside this phase, I can add this something called relations. I go to the relations and then create a new child. So new child can be of any type. I can choose the type here. So I'll leave it as task, and then I'll choose something called task 1, or you can give a descriptive name for your task and press enter key. This will add the tasks. Task 1 is added now. I'll create one more task now. I'll name it as task 2 or whatever name you want, and press the enter key inside it. So this will create a second task. Now I will close this phase box, and I'll see it here. This is the phase 1 I've added, task 1, task 2, and then inside I can task 1, I can go to the right corner edge and click this ... open context menu, it says. I click that and choose the open details view. Here I can choose or any team member of yours can open this new box and can change the status of this task from new to in progress, closed, on hold, rejected. All these things they can choose. They can update the status of the task that you have assigned to them. So now I can set my assignee to somebody else. Let me set it to, say, I'm assigning this task to Nathan SR, and make myself as accountable for it. So, and then that's it. This gets automatically saved. You can see it now. In task 1, I have updated the assignee as Nathan SR. And similarly, you can create many phases and many tasks, and also create a milestone in between. So this is all so easy and user-friendly in this software that I like it very much. And of course, I want to popularize it for the benefit of all. So, and all can use it in their organizations. This is an excellent software, open source free software that you can use everywhere. You can always upgrade to their enterprise edition. If you like it, you can always upgrade to their enterprise edition with some cost, of course, and get some good support from them. So you can always do that. This will be helpful to them as well. Now, anything else to be shown? That's it. Keep exploring all these options on the left, on the right, on the top menu. So you can explore all these things quickly, and you can log out and log in with different users and update the status of your task. So let me now take you briefly, sign out and use my Nathan SR new ID, and then password I kept as change underscore this. So sign in as Nathan SR now, and welcome to OpenProject. It says please select your language. I say save. English is okay with me. It will give you a tour also. I will skip it for time being. And then now if you see it, all can study this demo project, Scrum project, and new project here. You can change the welcome text here. All these things you can do. But for the time being, I'll take you through the testing project which was created here. I'll go through the testing project as Nathan SR. And then there is a couple of tasks created with one phase and one couple of tasks. I go through the work packages, and then I see whatever is assigned to me. See here, I have got assigned to me, created by me, all these things are there. So I just go through this Nathan SR task 1, and I open this details view, and I can change the process, this status to in progress. This will automatically update it, or I can say closed, whatever. So I can close it, close my task after it's completed. I can close it as well. So it will automatically vanish because the filter is there. You can of course change the filter type as well to see all your tasks. But right now I closed one of my tasks, and that's it. That's how you have to see it. So you can always click assign to me, created by me. All these things you explore it in your spare time. If I take you through all these things, it will take a lot of time for this video recording, which I don't want to take it. So I'll just mention briefly. Of course, there is also openproject.org has excellent help guides as well. If you need to achieve something more, you can do it. So now I completed the open project demo. Now let me take you through something else. Suppose you decide, after your initial testing and development efforts on this open project system, if you choose to implement separate virtual machines on the same physical machine, if you decide to organize department-wise separate virtual machines, if you want to segregate their data, you can always clone it. Let me show you how to clone it. You can first you shut down this machine first, right click it, right click this menu. Of course the machine is running, so I can't do this right click now. So go through the machine now, click the machine, and click the machine menu and say ACPA shutdown. ACPA shutdown will shut it down gracefully. It will do its shutdown process gracefully. Once it's shut down, we can do the cloning and all such things. Now it's powered off. It says clearly as powered off. So right click it. The menu is still not visible. I think I'm on a remote desktop, so it's not visible clearly. So, but if you are on your real desktop, the menu should appear easily. So anyway, let me maybe minimize and check if the menu is available, or I can close it as well and open it again. Okay, now I right click this. Yes, the menu is visible. I told you how to show in Explorer to take daily backups. You after powering off, you can always say show in Explorer and backup this, go one level up and backup this entire open project directory to your external hard disks, USB hard disk. You can back it up every day. So that is up to you. To prevent any corruptions or issues, you have to back up, and you can restore it anytime you want, even on a different machine. Okay, now let me show you something called cloning. You can clone your machines to multiple machines, make a copy of it, and then change the host name, inside the console and also inside the website. You have to do at two places to change the host names. I will show you all that. First is after I right click it and choose clone, I will get some name of it. I can name it as OPC Open Project Community Edition and DPT Department B. I can choose a Department B, and then you don't need to change anything else. Just say next and then choose full clone. Yes, finish. This will take a little time. It's copying the machine now fully. Of course, this machine has SSD disk storage, so it should be faster. Yes, it's completed the cloning process. So now I should not start the other machine, but I will start the DPTA-B first, otherwise the machine names will clash, the host names will clash because all are having the same host names. We need to change the host names at two places. Let me show you quickly how to do that. So first I have this DPT-B, Department B's machine. Well, of course, you can name it any way you want. I will start this. I click on this and click start here. You can change the memory and other things of this set of this machine, particular machine, virtual machine. You can change it to suit your environment. Yes, the console menu is ready. So I just type bitnami, I double click it inside and type bitnami, and then password. Of course, I have not changed this, change underscore this. So it logs into the console. Now what you do is you have to change, you have now just now cloned the system. So it will have the host name command, and press enter. It will show as OPCE only. It's not OPCE DPTB. I want it as OPCE DPTB as the host name. So I have to do this simple command. I have to type sudo. Sudo stands for super user command, sudo, and then the nano text editor, which is the easiest editor available on Linux. Of course, this is a Linux server, Debian Linux server, on which the web server is running. The OpenProject web server is running and serving all your local network PCs for the website. So now what I do is sudo nano /etc/hostname. This I will type here. Of course, you don't need to remember all this. I will give you a text file from which you can copy and paste all commands. You can do that as well. So how to do, instead of here, I will show you that easy way out. On my Windows box, I have installed, first I have to press the right control key or the left control key, whatever I have defined. So I have released my mouse and keyboard. I will go to the start, type here to search menu, and I type Putty software. I have already installed Putty software, which is freely downloadable through Google search. So once I'm sorry, I did not Putty is not installed. Okay. Oh, I've not installed it. It doesn't show me my Putty software. So I will download the Putty software now. And I choose the 64-bit x86 installer. I'm sorry, I did not set it up on this machine already. So, but it's downloaded quickly. Let's see this. Yes, it's downloaded it. I open that file and install it. Click next quickly and install it. It will ask you for administration password if required. and finish it. I don't want to view the readme. I finish it. I close the internet browser. Now I got the putty software here. So on this machine as well. So I type putty and press enter. It asks for the host name. Since I have not changed the host name because I've just now cloned the machine, I can log in with the same machine. It won't clash. I have not started the other machines. So I can type opce.local. Port number is 22 is correct. And I click open. Now it will show you that you are connecting it for the first time. Do you guarantee or trust this? You say connect once or accept or whatever it is. I say accept this key. So now it gives me the login prompt. I will just say bitnami, press enter, and the password, which is change underscore this. So this is how you will log in through this putty software. The benefit of it is you can paste anything. You can paste all your commands very easily on the terminal. This is the terminal and this is the console. So on terminals like putty, you can easily paste it. Let me now show you from my MacBook Pro also. I'm going to log in. I'm going to log in from my terminal. I've opened the terminal. I type SSH bitnami @opce.local. It will ask you for the password. If it connects, it will ask you for the password. I give the password and press enter key. This is logged in into the, so from MacBook Pro terminal, I've logged in to the Windows server, OpenProject server, virtual machine. I've logged in. So, and now I will give you the steps to change the host name. So this is the OpenProject system extra requirements. We'll have a guides folder. Go inside it and go inside any one of this MHT version or PDF version. Then you'll see virtual blocks. I'm sorry. Virtual blocks, cloning a virtual machine. So yeah, I've given you all the steps here. So to change the host name, you have to do the steps like this. You can copy and paste this one. So I just say Control C. Of course, I could have added the sudo command here itself. This way also I can save it. Control C it. I'll do something. I will not change this file. So because this is going to be uploaded, so I will just say paste the command here. Right click and paste it. So nicely paste on your terminal. It's very easy to work on your terminal. Sudo nano etc host name, and then the OPCE is there. I want to add DPTB, department B, OPCE department B, and then I want to save it. So there are two ways. You can read the menu keys on the bottom. By default, it has got the Control O. For example, Control plus O will write out and Control plus X exit it. If you're, but since I'm on a remote desktop, I may not, and on MacBook Pro, my control keys may not work. So what I will do is I'll press escape twice, escape, and then press O to write. It says file name to write, etc hostname. I press enter, it will write it, and then I can press double time escape again and say X to exit it. Now my host name is changed. I can check it out again. cat etc host name is changed to OPCE department, and then now I can reboot it. Sudo reboot. Sorry. So now the system is rebooting with the new host name. So I can see it in the background. Yes, it's starting now. The new cloned machine is starting with a new host name. Yes. Now if you see it, it is successfully changed the host name here. OPCE DPTB here it says. So the host name is changed on the console. Now we have to change it on the browser. Let's do that. Instead of opce.local, I go to http://opcedptb.local. This is another department's machine. Let's say it's another department's machine. It will take about a minute to start because the services are still starting there. So we have to wait. Okay, this is taking time, so I don't want to do it, but I think you will get the idea clearly. If you can change the host name, it will show you a setting that your setting is mismatching. You can change the host name. So you change the host name inside the web application as well to OPCE whatever you cloned it, whatever name you're given it. You change the host name inside your web application as well. That's it. It's so simple to clone it. Very easy to clone machines. So you can have as many department machines running on the same physical machine and serving them. So this you can do it. Now I will shut it down, this second machine, right click it and say close. I have two options here, save state or ACPA shutdown. I can, for example, experiment with both options. Both are equally good. Save state will increase your disk space by about 1 GB, but ACPA shutdown will not do it. So let me choose ACPA shutdown first. I send the ACPA signal there and it is shutting down. The second machine is shutting down. That's it. It is getting powered off. And then now you can back it up at the end of the day. You can back up all your virtual systems. So this is how very easy to work with OpenProject software. Let me see if I have to cover anything else. So in this folder, this extra requirements folder, I have kept VirtualBox, and this one also nano editor. You don't need to use it. You don't need to follow it. I have already done this for you. Nano editor manual, you can read it. Nano.deb is a package if you want to install it, but I have already installed it. Don't need to do it. 45 essential commands with example. And then there are some 3 articles on how to increase your VirtualBox disk size. By default, I have allocated up to 15 GB or so. I have allocated it. But suppose if you run out of space, you have to extend your VirtualBox system. You have to expand the disk file, and then after you expand it, you have to expand it even inside your guest. This is called guest. The virtual machine is called a guest. So you have to do it inside your guest also. You have to extend the partition size, which you can do it with using live CDs like gparted. This article gives you all that, so don't worry now. You can do it later on. You ask your technical person to do it. So this is a future requirement you might come up with. So I have now given the guides for that as well. I think that's it. I covered mostly all the things. So, and I wish you all the best in your usage of this open project system. And then wish you all the best and hope all your teams like it. If you like this presentation, of course, I request you to share this with all your friends and colleagues so that they also come to know about this and use it and help other departments and organizations. And that's it. And wish you all the best.